Here's Money.
Oh, is Monty here?
Yeah.
Yep, she just arrived. Let me make her a co-host once she gets all situated. Perfect. There she is.
There she is.
Hey, Miss Monty, good morning.
Good morning. I'm moving. So this is my moving meeting space. Okay, I'm just getting settled. Okay, and we'll just start intros while I'm getting settled. So just your,
I just dropped it in the chat if that helps you.
yes, thank you. No, my computer screen like blinked. Name, agency, and is there something else?
Secret skill you have.
Secret skill. I forgot. I liked that one. I don't want to go first. So somebody.
Oh my goodness. Here, I'll start
Yay,
us off.
Morgan.
So my name's Morgan Perkins, and I work with Hope Solutions. I'm the employment and education specialist with our Housing Works department. And my secret skill, gosh, I wish I had something exciting. I'm actually left-handed, so I write with my left hand, but I catch, throw, cut with scissors with my right hand. And when I was a little kid and learning to cut, they had these special green-handed scissors for the left-handed people. And I could not manage those at all. I would turn them upside down. I would switch them to my other hand. It was quite a different lifestyle back then when I was going to grade school. But I'm going to pass over to Betty. I see Betty next to me.
Morning, everybody. Thanks, Morgan. I'm Betty Geisher-Cantrell with Spark Point Contra Costa, and I can make an award-winning barbecue sauce. So it's won first place at an annual pig picking that we used to go to. So it's pretty good. I'll pass to Lauren.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lauren Dalbert. I'm with RCF Connects, and a secret skill. I can whistle inhaling and exhaling equally well. And I will pass it to Michelle Graham.
Good morning, everybody. I'm with Contra Costa County's Workforce Development Board, and I have a uncanny ability to talk my daughter off of a ledge, most people off of a ledge if I have to. So that's my superpower. I'm going to toss it to Maureen Nelson.
Okay. Hi, Maureen Nelson, Administrator with the Workforce Development Board. My secret skills are line dancing and karaoke. So I will pass it to, how about Jamie?
Hi, everyone. I'm Jamie Jeanette with Health, Housing, and Homeless Services. I do a really mean set of barnyard animal noises. And let's
give an example. Come on. Yeah, nice.
I'm just saying.
Love it.
All right. How about you, Joe? You go.
Of course, yes. Joe Bruno here, currently the lived experienced advisor and vice chair on the Council for Homelessness. I am the founder and peer advisor for Delta Peers in Antioch. And my special skill is not only is resilience my special power, but my skill today is going to be around playing pool, both left-handed and right-handed. So I'm a switch hitter around the pool table. And when I play tournaments, a lot of people are like, what? So I can switch head on the pool table. I will hand it over to, did Betty go? Betty went. How about Sabrina? And you're muted. I see Sabrina.
Sabrina, you're
talking,
muted.
But yeah, Sabrina's muted.
Sorry, yes, that's okay. I get that a lot. I am with the Salvation Army Veteran Employment Services, and I've been in training for a couple of months, and I've been kind of on my own for 3 months now, networking with all of the different agencies and organizations helping homeless veterans. Our division helps homeless veterans get jobs and reintegrate. And I guess my secret superpower, or what was it you were calling it, is connecting people with the right people at the right time. For some reason, it just kind of happens, like falls on my lap. So I'm hoping to meet those people here that I haven't met and don't have my contact information. And I'll share it with you in the chats. Thank you.
And then Tamina, you can just pick somebody who hasn't gone yet.
Okay, how about Hikmat? Babak?
Sure. Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Hikmat Babak. I'm employment and specialist, employment and education specialist at UP Solution with PHP team. I work with team there. Morgan is there too. So my secret skills will be, maybe I know some extra languages. I speak Farsi, Pashto, Hindi, and Urdu. Yep. And next, I will pick Myra.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks, Hikmat. So Hikmat and I are on the same team. I am also an employment education specialist at Hope Solutions. And a secret skill, I grew up playing 5 instruments. So I grew up playing the guitar, the piano, the violin, the clarinet, and the flute. Yeah, so I'll pass it to Catherine. Or Gina, I don't know who hasn't gone.
Hi, everyone.
Gina Bills. There we go. We got
Yeah.
some.
Hi, everybody. I'm Gina Bills. I am the education liaison for the Education Homeless Children program here at the County Office of Education. And my skill is I like to make cupcakes and deliver them to events and community organizations that accept donations for things like that. Yeah. And I will pass it over to Maggie if she hasn't gone yet.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Maggie Montalvo, and I'm the work-based learning coordinator at Contra Costa County Office of Education in the Youth Services Department. I would say I'm a pretty good salsa dancer. I can dance just about anything. And I'm very good with home improvement. I have a house, so I have to learn how to fix it and everything that breaks, and irrigation. I can watch YouTube and fix just about anything. Thank you. Oh, let's see, did Lakeisha go?
Hi, good morning. My name is Lakeisha Langston. I'm the coordinated entry specialist with Contra Costa County H3. This is a tough one. I guess I would have to say that I'm an adaptable person. I can pretty much adapt and maneuver around any situation. And guess I can pass it to, I think, has Erica went? Okay, Erica.
Hi. Okay. Hi. My name is Erica. They call me Miss Erica. I'm at the Hume Center. I'm a care coordinator. Excuse me. My secret skills is I am a cooker. I love to cook soul food. Something that I'm known for my Sunday dinners. That's a tradition in our home for doing Sunday dinner. So I'm usually in charge of that. And in family gatherings, I'm always the one they want me to cook. And so I'm always thinking when I say soul food, everything, greens, yams, fried chicken, smothered pork chops, you name it, I do it. So, and it's just, and it was a tradition that I got from my grandmothers and my aunts passed down generation to generation.
I don't think Kevin has gone.
Of all the times I like to sit out, it's this whole introduction thing. So I'm Kevin Lewis, the Director of Properties for Shelter Inc. And I have an uncanny ability to take a 15-minute power nap anytime, anywhere that I want, except for behind the steering wheel.
I can go ahead and go. I haven't gone yet. I'm glad Kevin shared that. I want to try to gain that ability. And I'm gonna have to call on a lot of you people for your special skills. Gina, I'm gonna come visit you. I think I owe you cupcakes though. So I'm Monty. I'm from Mount Diablo Unified Hope, homeless out. Oh my gosh, it's been I didn't sleep much. Homeless outreach program for education. It's also the end of the school year, which is a very fun time. And I would like to say that I'm very good at engaging adolescents, which are a very difficult task, but I have my own children now and they're getting closer to adolescence. And so I'm going to drop that skill because I know I'm going to fail. But the one that I have, and I probably need to practice a bit more because I haven't done it for a while, is I double Dutch and got pretty good. And there is a video out there that people like to find and bring out every now and then of me 9 months pregnant on a high school campus double dutching. Wow. It was pretty amazing.
I don't think Maria has gone. Maria, who knows?
Moon, yeah, she just got here, I believe.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Maria R. Munoz, and I am with Contra Costa County Employment and Human Services, a program called For Our Families. I'm not sure if there was more to the question that you guys, or information that you guys needed.
Maria, number one, I'm so happy to have you here because you and I have played phone tag forever, but and glad to see you. But it's your special skill, your secret special skill that you have. I'm very interested.
Okay, well, my wow, my secret skill, I guess it would be connecting people to the right organizations. You know, whatever the need is, my goal is to make sure that they have access to, or that need is met. So regardless of where I have to reach to access those services, whether it's county programs, community-based or faith-based organizations.
And Elizabeth, did you go? I can't remember. Melody, I can't remember.
No, I can go.
Oh, perfect.
My name's Elizabeth. I'm from the Hume Center. I'm a care coordinator, and I think my special skill is being able to make a meal out of leftovers.
I haven't gone yet. I can go.
Thank you, Latasha.
Absolutely.
Not like Kevin trying to hide from us.
I'm Latasha Stockholm, and I am the CC Works Program Manager at the Workforce Development Board. I'm new to this position as of the 1st, so I'm still getting my bearings and learning all these different
people that I'm going to be interacting with and meeting with and collaborating with. So I'm excited about that. My secret skill is refinishing and revitalizing furniture. Wooden furniture particularly is my favorite. My neighbor had a garage sale one day and I got a nightstand for like $5 and it looked like something broken and decrepit out of the 80s, and I gave it new life and it looks like a cherry redwood piece and it's in my room. And I also recently took on a 2-piece hutch that's like, I don't know, it's almost to my ceiling. It's really tall, it's really wide, it's really heavy. It had glass in it, and I did like one of those gray whitewashes on it. And it's really fantastic. And that was a lot of work, but I really enjoy it. It's kind of like a Zen therapeutic kind of feeling for me when I'm sanding and refinishing, and then I like putting new knobs or liners in them too. So yeah. And I see somebody here who I recognize the name and the agency, so I'm going to call on Jamie Luna. I believe she works with my husband, Kyle, right?
I sure do.
Hi.
I said, I know that's her. That's Kyle's wife. And I get often, it's funny, as soon as they say Jamie, I always unmute and start talking, and she beats me to the punch every single time. So my special skill, I actually have a couple. One is I'm kind of a pet magnet. They find me. And I have right now 3 dogs and 3 cats. Each of my dogs weighs about 150 pounds plus. They're all mastiffs. So, but they're big babies. And so they find us. We usually take the ones that are, I don't want to use the word special needs, but a deformed foot or an anxiety disorder or whatever. And so we take them in and we just turn them into babies. So that's one. The other one is a little on the freakish end of things, if you thought the dogs were bad, but I have the ability, I have what my mother used to call monkey toes. And I have the ability to pick up anything. I can tie shoes with my toes. I mean, it gets very weird. So that's a very secret skill. So don't tell Kyle, please, because he'll never let me hear the end of it. But yeah, that's it. So when I clean, I don't bend over to pick up things. I pick them up with my toes and toss them and catch them. So there you go. Something you probably never wanted to hear and will probably never hear again. And I think that was everybody, right? Is there anybody who hasn't gone?
I think we got everyone.
This is Melody.
Melody.
Oh,
yes.
sorry,
Yes.
Melody.
That's okay. So my name is Melody Tyree, and I am clerk at Pittsburgh Adult Education Center. And I don't know about special skill. I do have the ability to get people to open up to me. But I'm also a wealth of useless information. That's my thing. I love trivia.
Did Elizabeth go?
I haven't gone either, so.
Elizabeth went, but Nidal?
Nidal, yes.
Nidal,
Nidal, you got it. Nidal DeCesar. I am with Liberty Adult Education. I'm the transition specialist. So I just got into this job about two months ago, so I'm learning. I work with students, but I also work in the Career Center, which is open to the community. And so we see vast majority of the needs that the community, so we address that from resume writing, from finding housing, finding job, and all that stuff. My secret, I can sell you anything. I can sell anything. I literally can sell anything, to be honest with you. So very successful at garage sales, events, I can do that. So yeah, and nice meeting everybody.
Okay, I think, Jamie, were you the one responsible for that question? Because I thought it was a great question, but now it's even like, I'm asking everybody now. Feel like I needed to write some of those down so I could remember, like when I need to phone a friend. So thank you for everyone for participating. And I'm looking on my phone so I can still see all of you guys of the agenda. So sorry while I try to pull that up. My phone will work. So we did introductions. Welcome everybody, and we are going to go straight into our presentation, and we're pretty much right on time with CC Works, subsidized employment funded by CalWorks, and I believe Michelle Graham, employment placement counselor, is going to take that presentation, the lead.
That's me. Good morning,
Yay.
everybody. So we do have our CC Works program, and the program is basically about empowering, putting people back to work. The program began in 2008 at the downturn of the economy, when we had the whole housing situation. We launched it at that time, and at that time, initially, I want to say we had 4 employment placement counselors spread throughout the entire county. As that time moved forward, we actually got up to 8 employment placement counselors that were helping to put America back to work. The program has 2 approaches for subsidizing employment for CC Works job seekers. CC Works started off with Workforce Services and is now moved under the Workforce Development Board branch of Contra Costa County. The first one is the CC Works Interdepartmental Training Program, which provides work experience and training within various county departments. Trainees are placed in the position for 6 months with the potential to be extended to 12 months. Our pay rate is usually the going minimum wage for that time. So as of now, it's $15 an hour until that increases. Our second approach is the CC Works for external employers. The employer submits a request that outlines the position, including minimum qualifications. Employment placement counselors refer participants for the interview process. Employer selects the employee, and the EPC, which is the employment placement counselor, completes the new hire paperwork. That process can be done anywhere from 3 days to a week or 2 weeks, depending on how quickly the employer moves. In addition to that, we actually have 2 types of people that we place. We have our regular CC Works participant, and we also have our expanded CC Works participant. Our CC Works expanded program focuses on serving individuals who meet a hard to serve criteria. They must meet one of 6 criteria. They're either a pregnant and parenting youth, either reentry, they may be a veteran, they may be limited English proficient, a victim of domestic violence, or an individual with a disability. If they have any of those barriers to employment, then they go into our expanded crew, and they can have jobs that are reimbursed up to $20 an hour versus the 15. Our CC Works external placements and opportunities for employment. Subsidized employment program designed to help offset the cost of hiring and training a new employee. We provide a wage subsidy to employers who hire eligible job seekers to fulfill full or part-time positions. Participating employers may qualify to receive wage subsidies equal to California's minimum wage for the first 6 months, or up to $20 for the last 3 months of employment for the eligible job seeker. So what that's done is basically make the distinction between our expanded or our regular CC Works participants. As it stated, our expanded for the latter 3 months of the first 6-month placement, they can make up to $20 an hour for that participant. So for example, if we find them a job with an employer and the participant may have domestic violence in their background, if that employer's wage, it pays $25 an hour, instead of paying them just minimum wage, we're able to pay up to $20 an hour for that employer as a reimbursement process for that participant. For our internal placements, opportunities for training, those are inside Contra Costa County or partners to Contra Costa County, which can include our fire departments, our local city pounds, Any of our city entities, public defender, we also have on our roster for placements. It could be any of those types of partners that partner inside of Contra Costa County for our CC Works. Interdepartmental placements provide work / training to participants at a work site within various Contra Costa County departments. Participants are considered trainees that are in need of guidance and support. This opportunity will help facilitate their transition into the workforce and add experience to their resume and employment history. Benefits to partnering agencies. The benefits include wage subsidies, reimbursements as discussed, pre-screened candidates. Oftentimes when we place it outside agencies, we have information on the participant and we make sure that they're a good match. So based on the job description that is sent to us, we have their resumes and we try to match skill for skill or make sure they have transferable skills so that when they come into your place of work, they can be an asset to your company. And that's usually for our outside vendors. Employer interviews and selects from referred candidates that meets employment needs based on skills and experience, as I stated. Employers are provided with employment placement counselors who are the point of contact to ensure the employer has the proper paperwork. So when we place both internally, interdepartmentals, and externally for our outside vendors, you are given an EPC. There was a time we had as many as 8. Right now we have 3. We have one person that covers East County. We have one person that covers Central County and Northwest County, and they back up East County. And then we also have someone who covers West County up to Oakland, and that's our entire team as of right now. We will assist you with the paperwork. That includes progress reports on our participant. That includes check-ins with our participant. That includes assisting in making sure that the participant is paid, that all the documents are in, and that you have support if in fact you need some type of management with the participant. If there's other things a participant may need, such as help with transportation, help with gas, getting to and from work, help with child care, paying for child care while they're at work. We provide a host of assistance to make sure that our participants are successful in any job that they're working through our CC Works. After placement, the EPC continues to provide support to the employer and the participant. And so that was as stated. So we are there for the duration of the placement. With our outside vendors, we do the reimbursement program for up to 6 months. So the wage for the participant is the same on the front end, but on the back end, we have an agreement with the employer that we reimburse them at least minimum wage or the $20 an hour for the 6 months. And then we pull out the rear and they continue forward with the participant as their employee, and it's a permanent placement. With the extended or the expanded, the participant that has harder barriers, if they can maintain a placement with the company for an additional 3 months thereafter, we've done a reimbursement of $1,000 gift to the company for maintaining that participant. So our idea or our goal is to encourage them to work with our participants, to work with our employees, so that they can have longevity at their job, so that they can be successful at their job. We try to make sure that the person is well-rounded, that they complete a 4-week course of like job search or a group called Focus that kind of helps them with some of their soft skills and makes them a little bit well-rounded and more comfortable at work. We try to be the support that we need, not just for the participant, but for the employer as well. We have a host of success stories that I can share, but let me go ahead and what I want to do, and I'm not sure how you want me to do this, Maureen, but I have the contacts for the 3 EPCs, we have Renee Tucker that covers East County. And she's located in the Antioch office, and she covers as far out as Brentwood, all of East County. And then my name is Michelle Graham, and I cover Hercules, which is Northwest County. And I also cover Central County, which is Concord. And I also try to, when I have the space and time, I try to back up Renee, which is in East County. And then lastly, we have Cassandra Knox, and she covers Richmond and all the way up to Berkeley, Oakland, or however far out she can reach. So that's all we have for our EPCs for now. And I don't know, do you want me to put this in the notes, or how did you want me to?
Yeah, if you want to drop the contact information for each of you into chat, that would be helpful.
Okay. Perfect.
And I wanted to add on a little bit more, and then we can open it to questions if that's okay. And you can correct me where I'm wrong, or Latasha can correct me where I'm wrong. So there's CalWorks, and if people are determined they can work, then they go to welfare to work, and then their case manager would refer them to an employment placement counselor, right? That's how you get them.
Yes.
The candidates. Okay. And so an external employer can pay more than $15 an hour, but you will only reimburse up to $15 an hour. So they could pay, 18 or 20 or whatever, right?
That's accurate. And that's actually ideal. We would like for them to have a livable wage.
Okay. And there is the expectation that the employer will hire people permanently. There's not really a way to force that or require that, but that's certainly the conversation you have with the employer up front, that's the expectation. You hope that happens. And then that's why they would get the $1,000 incentive, right?
That is the understanding, and that is how it is written out in our contract.
Okay.
When we do a contract with the employer, it talks about the parameters of the program, and the expectation is that it's a long-term placement. That's how the wording is written in the grant. So yes.
Okay. And I would just also like to say that the interdepartmental placements within the county have been a wonderful pipeline to the county. So a lot of these folks get the experience and then get hired on as experienced level clerks or something like that.
Absolutely.
And let me see. And so you mentioned the focus program, and then is Career Connections also still going?
As far as I know, it's my understanding that Career Connections is still in effect. Is that so, Latasha?
Yeah, so Career Connections is still going. Career Connections is 2 parts. It's based off of the old job search and job club models that we used to have in-house, but now we contract out with the adult schools to do that. So basically Career Connections part 1 is more of a building the resume, getting ready to put yourself out there, interviewing skills, a few soft skills, and then Career Connections 2 is the active job search portion where you're checking back in, you're looking for employers, and you have that support from the adult ed. And then I know you touched on Focus, Michelle, and Focus is a 6-week program where our clients who basically are not work ready can go in, and they have 6 weeks of soft skills that prepare them for work environments, so that we don't send somebody who's not ready at all. That might be your younger participants who maybe had children very young and don't have any kind of work history yet, fresh out of school, so to speak. But if you have somebody who has had work regularly, let's say up to the pandemic, and then everything shut down and now they're receiving CalWorks, that might be a person who can skip Focus and go directly to Career Connections 1 and 2 and, pend a possible referral for our CC Works program for the subsidized employment.
Yeah. And then Michelle, do you want to say anything about timing, like from the time that someone maybe first makes contact with you, and how long does it take to identify a candidate, and when might the start date be for that person? When would the employer have that person on site to start working?
Sure. A lot of that kind of varies, and it has changed over time because so much of it is impacted by what's happening in the market and what's happening with employment altogether. So when we talk about our interdepartmentals, we are actually ramping up our work sites again. And so when someone's sent to us and they don't have a real solid background of working, or maybe they need some more work experience, we usually kind of move them towards our training and interdepartmental. Here at the county, we're a little bit more understanding of working with our own participants. And so a lot of times we will find spaces for them inside of our different county offices where they can get some work experience to beef up their experience and their resume. And so those do take a little while because they are in the county and because they're dealing with confidential information and the way the county works, we actually have to go through a process. So there's an application process. They fill out the application is sent in. Once a place has been identified for the participant, a conditional offer is made. Once that's been accepted, then it actually kind of starts to launch, and they have to be fingerprinted and background checked. And that takes a little bit of time. And then there's some stuff that needs to happen in HR, and then they're finally placed. Now, there was a time when we didn't have that and we could have them placed within a week, maybe 2. But since we've had to incorporate the county in the process, fingerprinting can take some time, getting their I-9 in can take some time. And so it can be anywhere from like 3 weeks to even 2.5 months. And so that has been slightly discouraging. However, the time is picking up. We are moving a little bit quicker. The more people we have processing, the quicker we can get that done. And as it's my understanding now, we have 2. A quicker way to have that done is to place with an outside agency, which is my preference and oftentimes some of the participants' preference, because those are long-term permanent positions. And they don't necessarily have to be fingerprinted because they're not inside the county. So those can be placed anywhere from a week to 3 weeks, depending on how quickly the employer moves to have things done on their end, because that's just the signing of a contract and some education about how the program works. And then we can get them going as soon as we have a start date. So it just kind of depends on which placement that we choose. And which one works well for the participant. And then at that point, we'd be able to give you a better idea. We've had some of our internal placements move as quick as 2 weeks, and we've had others taken as long as 3 months. So,
but the 3 months ones are the county ones, and most of the people here don't work for the county.
They're internal. They're internal.
That's scary.
Right. No, it's just for the people that go to our internal positions.
Yeah. And I wondered if Betty wanted to say anything, because you've had some CC Works WEXs. Do you want to tell what your experience has been like being a manager of them?
So we've used several over the years at both our Richmond office and at our Bay Point office. And they've just been wonderful folks that really are wanting to learn. For a lot of them, it's their first time working in an administrative. We've used them for administrative assistant positions. And for many, it's their first time working in that type of position, but they're very eager to learn, quick learners. We've been able to hire several of them. One who is now a manager herself in being our manager for our free tax preparation. She started with us as a WEX worker years ago. We've had several other folks. The other 2 people who are also working in our career center were also WEX workers. They are now helping prepare free tax prep for folks and also ITIN applications. We've also been able to hire people who have been our administrative folks or our receptionists in our front offices too. So very successful program. It's been great working with the staff and really trying to help connect and find the right people for us. And I think that that's been great too. So I would encourage everyone to take advantage of this program.
Thank you.
Excellent. Couple more things before I let you guys go. Just a couple of parameters that I know are for the CC Works program. Our CC Works program is a one-shot deal as it relates to our participants. So our participants can only, I mean, the employer can have as many as they are willing to have at their work site. But our participants they get a one-shot deal. And so as long as they are on aid with Contra Costa County, they should be eligible for the program. The work sites, we take any of their regular job descriptions, or we have an employer request and response form that you can fill out to give us an idea of what the jobs are that you would like to have filled. And all of our contact information has been put in the chat, so you're welcome to contact any one of us for whatever area if you need more information or you have any further questions about the program. Okay.
Thank you, Michelle.
No problem, anytime.
I just wanted to add one thing, and I apologize. My Zoom cut out and I re-logged in, and now I can't see any of you, so I'm sure you're all there. But I did want to say, even though we only reimburse at the $15 and $20 rate, that doesn't necessarily mean that that is what the employer should pay. They're supposed to be paying what the going rate is for whatever the position is. For example, if a position normally pays $35 in a certain industry and we send somebody over, it would be unfair for that employer to only pay them that $15 or $20. They would need to match a wage that is, competitive for that position type.
That is accurate, as well as we are not here to displace anybody. We do have a non-displacement disclosure, so we don't expect for anyone to go and get rid of their entire workforce so that they can hire all CC Works people. We would like to keep the workforce working. We are just looking for vacancies where our people have a good opportunity and they're a good fit for your company. So. Okay.
There are a lot of vacancies right now, it seems like. Actually.
Yes, there are. And it is, it's definitely a job seekers market. The subsidy works really well in the sense that if there is a job that they want in particular, and they've got their eye on, if there are other people competing for that, CC Works works well in being able to get their foot in the door because it allows the employer to pay a very reduced rate, if anything at all. If they're paying minimum wage, then they pay zero for labor for 6 months, and that's excellent. I mean, even if it's $18 an hour, it's $3 an hour out of their pocket. So it's a very lucrative program. It's an excellent program. It's worked very well for us in the past, so we're still doing it here many, many years later. So, okay.
Thanks again, Michelle. I keep
No
getting
problem.
bumped out, so I'm back again. If I disappear, I don't know what's
Don't
going
worry.
on.
I'm going to exit at this point. Like I said, feel free to give us a call if there's any other questions that you have. We'd be more than happy to help you.
Thank you, Michelle. Great presentation, very comprehensive.
No bye-bye.
So Maureen or Latasha, I had a quick question and I didn't get a chance to ask her before she jumped out, but maybe you could answer it. So in my position, I work with clients that are on CalWorks, and some of them are, first time in the workforce, younger adults. If they're struggling to find employment on their own, how would I connect them, kind of help hand them off to CC Works or a potential position? What's the best way to do that?
So everyone who receives CalWorks or Cash Aid, as some people refer to it, has the mandatory requirement to participate with the Welfare to Work program. So they should, if eligible, automatically already be assigned to a Welfare to Work worker. The Welfare to Work worker then refers them to the employment placement counselors if they determine that they would be a good fit and are eligible for CC Works. So with those two criteria, they would be sent over. If you're working with someone and they're not sure who their welfare to work worker is, you may want to ask them to ask their cash worker. They can let them know. They should have one if they're eligible, like I said. If they don't have one, then either they're not eligible to that program or something has happened during the intake process and it just hasn't been referred timely, and that would be concerning. So if you ever need help with that too, you can reach out to me, and I have contacts that I can contact for you with Workforce Services who can help expedite that for your clients.
Great. Thanks so much, Latasha.
Okay, we have, oh, and Jamie just put in the chat to be added to the mailing list for this meeting. Go to that link she put in there and select meetings, Homeless Workforce Integration Network, HWIN, and you'll be added. She's on top of it. And she also created Breakout Rooms. So we are going to, and Lauren's just getting here, submit her. We're going to break into, as usual, the West, Central, and East. And I believe West, Gerald Richards is going to take the kind of facilitator role, Morgan in Central and Betty in East. And we're going to discuss local challenges / solutions, or maybe solutions first. No, challenges first. Trying to be proactively positive, based on the presentation for CalWorks, CCWorks, and the placement workers. And so you can just go ahead and assign yourself to one of those groups, and we will come back here in about 20 minutes, 11:20 or so. Well, we have a little extra time. So how do you want to do that, Maureen? Should we take more time or come back around 11:10?
Oh, we can come back around 11:10. Sorry, I was reading Gerald's post. Yes. He hadn't introduced himself. So am I doing the breakout rooms?
Nope,
we're doing them.
Oh,
are they open? Are you seeing that they're open? So you can join your breakout rooms.
Whichever
people are assigning right now.
Yep, and I'll just note that we're going to ask folks to bring back sort of one key thing that you all talked about when we reconvene in about 20 minutes. And I can also pop in here and there and see if folks need help. But for the facilitators for those groups, just assign yourself to the group that has your name on it. And for everybody else, pick West, Central, or East. And if you don't have a particular region that you typically work in, you're welcome to join any group that seems interesting. We may also kind of end up having a group here that's all county. And maybe Maureen, if you feel like you want to facilitate that, we could do that. If you're having trouble getting into your breakout room, let me know. So Gerald, oh, good. There should, in fact, I can put people.
Looks like there's a lot in East. There's
okay. I just assigned Gerald to one.
I'm gonna go hang out with Morgan for a little bit.
Okay, go.
Bye.
Morgan, I'm gonna put you in yours. Are you? Great. Okay, so for folks that are still in this room, is it because you don't know where to go? You just want to hang out with the cool kids in the big room? I'm going to pause recording. Back for recording. So I think we're still waiting for some more folks to come back, but they're going to get all kicked out of their room in a minute. Then I'll turn it back to you, Morgan and Monty, once you're ready.
So I'll just remind everybody, we do have a Google document that everybody can enter their name, their organization, email, phone number on, and you know, you can share it with the rest of the group, and also then you'll have all of our information in case you need to reach out to somebody and ask a question or make a connection for a client, or you know, talk about dogs or something cool like that. So I put it in the chat earlier. I'll drop it in again in a minute. Oh, Jamie's on top of it.
If you have it easily accessible, go for it. I was just gonna go hunt for it.
No, I think I have it. So let
Okay,
me
great. I'll let
see.
you do it.
That has been looming over me forever. And I was, it's still on my list. I got it. And I went in and I did it. And I was very proud, wrote a lot. I'm a writer, probably too much. And then somehow, this doesn't normally happen with Google because you can go back. It was gone.
What?
It was my fault, obviously, but I was like, okay, so let's check in and debrief. And just if somebody from the group wants to share a significant, kind of theme or topic that you guys discussed, that would be helpful. And I have been chatting on the side with not with Morgan. I was chatting in the breakout room with Morgan, but with Jamie. And I do have something that has just changed in my schedule. So if it is okay, I might leave a little early. I'm going to go as long as I can. Otherwise, I'm going to be in a car on my phone, and it just seems like a lot to handle right now. But I was very happy to get through this much. So thank you guys. And do we want to start with Gerald, East County? It doesn't have to be you. Anyone can kind of fill us
West.
in.
That's
West,
West.
sorry, East, West, sorry.
Left, right, east,
I
west.
can't.
Yeah, okay.
It's all the same for me right now.
Well, we had an interesting discussion, mainly that the representative from the
Salvation Army veterans.
thank you, Salvation Army,
Gonzalez,
discussing the program that they have, that it's actually a virtual program that they can place people from any place in the country to any other place in the country, apparently. And we didn't come up with anything specific that I can remember. I only asked questions. I didn't provide any information. Maureen probably provided the most information.
Oh, I just said there's multiple subsidized employment programs, like there's a senior program. You can get a senior WEX work experience person. And the WIOA program for adults and dislocated workers has transitional jobs that's subsidized. So CC Works is a great one, but it's one of many, if you're interested. And then, yeah, and we heard a lot about the veterans program. So it was a good discussion.
Yes. No conclusions, but a good discussion. I learned something.
I learned, I really enjoyed speaking with Nadal and meeting her. I know like she said, she's new. And I just wanted to say that the program at the adult centers are excellent. My favorite office to refer my clients to has always been at Liberty Adult Education. Their follow through is amazing. And the type of support that they provide for our clients, from training to job searching to updating a resume, is excellent. And I'm really interested in connecting with her and talking more about any changes or any updates and things that are happening now that we're starting to reopen. Because as a navigator, I do get a lot of clients interested in employment services. And I also, the Delta Peers program in Antioch was really interesting to me. I like to get to know a little bit more. I'll look online. But I thought it was very beneficial for us to exchange information so we could help our clients. Thank you so much.
All right, does anybody else want to share out from West County? Or are you guys good?
We went already.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know if anybody else had a comment. So I'm going to pass it over to Betty in East County group.
Yeah, so we spent a lot of time just talking about what each person does and what what our organizations can offer. Sandra was in fact in our group too. We had several new folks, and so I think it was helpful for them to make some initial connections with other people and knowing what resources are available. And we also had spent some time just talking about there may not be as a lot of people that are asking for some of the services or asking for the programs. And so kind of that there's still that carryover from the pandemic of people not knowing what's open, what's not open, what's available, what's not available. And so it's really important that meetings like this give us an opportunity to share that, yes, we are open, yes, we are available, and that these are things that we all would like to be able to share with one another and support one another so that we can support our communities. Anyone else from our group want to add anything?
Well, I would just want to add, excuse me, my headset disconnected, but I just wanted to add that in addition to people not knowing that some organizations are open, I think there's still some other individuals who are still a little bit fearful of getting out there. And so that also has slowed down, you know, the amount of people who are coming in through our doors. So thank you.
So the pandemic's not over. We're still feeling the impact of that. And we have to recognize different people have different levels of comfortableness or their sense of safety too.
This is one of the biggest frustration we get from our clients that come in is that not everything is open and they just don't know how to navigate, where to go. Most of them don't have the access to the technology that they need. So yes, that's the frustration, the biggest frustration, that we know that the pandemic is still going on and agencies are still not, working from home. It's just doesn't work for our population, I guess. So yeah, that's one of the biggest barrier that we have and that we have to deal with.
So that actually relates to a conversation that came up in the group I was a part of, the Central County group, is we were talking about just the difficulties of navigating through benefits programs, through CalWorks, and families finding the support that they need, the difficulty of completing applications and getting all your documents. And Mani was talking about, she started in her position with the school district, working with displaced or unhoused families in the middle of the pandemic. And so she kind of felt she's trying to figure it all out, and the benefits of face-to-face and being able to go into an office and say, this is where I am, this is the help I need, and really utilizing the expertise of the people that work there. So that's, I think, something we're still struggling with. And as related to the CC Works information, Kevin was in my group from Shelter Inc. and he approached it from the employer standpoint and discussing how to connect as an employer and identify clients with the skills that he might need to fill roles in his position. So it was a really informative presentation, not just for connecting our clients with resources, but also looking for people to hire and how that would work within an agency. So we have some more time for sharing. So Kevin, I don't know if you have any questions or anybody else from our group wants to jump in and share.
So all of my questions will get answered by the person that's going to reach out and get me answers. That's certainly the best way for me.
Sounds great. Sounds great. So this is a great way to get connected to people, to get people's contact information, and then to follow up later after the meeting. So we are happy that you're all here.
I have one
Go
question. Ahead. Who would I reach out to for the to get the candidates that would be possible employees for us here at Shelter Inc.? Who would be the person at the county that I would reach out to get in contact with those people?
Are you referring to the CC Works program?
Yes.
So our EPCs could assist you with that. Can you message me your contact information? I'll be sure to get that to them.
Sure, no problem.
Great, thank you.
And it was posted in the chat as well, each of them who serves East, West, and Central. So if you scroll back, it's there.
Thank you.
And so Morgan, I just wanted to say that we mentioned that, you know, some individuals or families have a difficult time navigating county services and completing applications. So you definitely can refer them over to the navigators for our families, because that's what we do. We are county employees, so we are able to look at their cases. We are able to help them navigate through that. If they're trying to get through the worker, and if they can't get a hold of them, then we could also step in and try to help them. If they want to apply for benefits, if they need to complete applications, all of that we are able to help them with.
So that's fantastic, Maria. How many navigators do you have?
There are currently 4 navigators, and so we do cover all Contra Costa County, from West County, Central, and East.
Okay, that's great. Would you mind putting your contact information in the chat?
Of course.
If anybody needs to follow up, I know Monty specifically had some questions regarding parents of children in Mount Diablo School District, but that's a great service.
May I?
Sure, we have a few more minutes, sure.
Yeah, one of the other services that I would like to see added to the list, which right now I don't see it. I am, because I work with the students that we have here at Liberty Adult, a lot of our students come with foreign degrees. And they have skills and they have education background that will get them into the workforce. But it's very expensive. It's part of what I do to try and get their foreign degrees evaluated by, you know, obviously accredited agencies, but it's very expensive. And that's one of the hurdles, is they can't afford it. It costs between $200–300. It would be nice to have some type of, you know, services that we can add to our, that will allow these type of students population that are coming in with these foreign degrees to get their paperwork evaluated so they can enter higher education or the workforce because they will have the skills that they need without having to pay, you know, $200, $300, $400 to get something.
Yeah, so Nidal, I just put the link for Upwardly Global in chat. Are you familiar with them? They do help professionals with foreign degrees, you know, get re-credentialed here.
Can you repeat that again for me, please? I didn't see.
Upwardly Global.
I just
put it in the chat. Yeah, they do help people with degrees from other countries, you know, get the equivalent in this country.
Thank you.
Depending on the age, that senior employment program that I mentioned earlier does the same thing, because I did have someone, so the cutoff is 55 years. So if you have someone who's older than 55, we did have a client where we paid the $250 fee to have her transcripts evaluated. And you know, so there, and I would think maybe the International Rescue Committee could help, or
yes, we have been reaching out to them.
Okay, Lao Family Community Development.
Yes,
yeah,
we have. Thank you. Thank you.
Great, thank you so much. So right now we have time. We have about 20 minutes for announcements. If anyone has any announcements that they would like to make or information that they'd like to share. Maureen has an announcement. You go first.
Yes, I have 2 announcements. So one is the Spring Career Fair. I'm going to drop this into chat if I can. I can't seem to do that. Okay, maybe because it's attached to a calendar thing. Let me move it onto the desktop and then let me try again to drop it there. Yes, okay, success. So that is the flyer for our career fair on Tuesday, the 28th of this month. It's an in-person career fair at the Career Center, the AJCC, America's Job Center of California. It's going to be small, only 10 employers, and the job seekers would need to register ahead of time. I think we're going to cut it off at about 100 people, but that will be a good thing. And also, our calendar of services available in June at the AJCC has just been released, and I just dropped that into chat successfully. So we haven't published a calendar in a long time. You know, first of all, everything is virtual, and then we had a kind of change of leadership, but now we have like a real calendar that says what's going on. So, you know, how to get into the WIOA program, and some of our partners that are on site in the senior program, Job Corps that assists people looking for job training from 16 to 24, our assessment center, and then some online training. So if you have any questions about anything on that flyer, I can either answer it or connect you to Marissa Sison, who is the site coordinator and who published the calendar.
Fantastic. Thanks, Maureen. I have a question about the upcoming job fair. So you're having people interested in attending pre-register. What about people like me that give employment services to clients? Are we invited, or?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, we certainly don't want to exclude you. I would say go ahead and register.
Okay.
You know, as a job seeker, because the registering is to count noses, and even though you're not a job seeker, we would want to know you attended. So yes,
Great.
You are welcome to come too.
Great. Yeah, these in-person job fairs are amazing opportunities to network and meet people. Does anybody else want to share an announcement?
Yes, I do. There's two things actually that I would like to share. One is this conversation of this presentation really makes me think of the SPIRIT program. So the SPIRIT program is through Contra Costa Community College. And the reason I bring it up is because they do an internship through their program. And I feel like with the job placements that everybody's talking about, there is a network that you can tap into with students there and the Office of Consumer Empowerment. I think that's what they are, Office of the OCE, yeah. So I just wanted to kind of connect those two things together because they do job placement, and I feel like this presentation could be shared with them. These organizations can tap into their students to be interns and to become employees. So there's just this ongoing thing that I wanted to connect if anybody's interested in looking through that. And then the other thing that I wanted to share was that I will be doing a presentation for the Campro Statewide Peer Support Conference, and where I'm bridging the gap between peer support and lived experience and homelessness right now. And this presentation could very well become the statewide model around how to engage with people who are unhoused and through the crisis of homelessness. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm really excited about it. Like I said, it's a statewide conference and I'm just tooting my own horn. So yay me. Thanks, everybody.
Wow, that sounds amazing, Joe. Is the conference going to be available for people to, watch or archive or anything?
I'll drop a link here in just a second. They're doing streaming in the main room, and I'm hoping to find somebody to record my session, but I know that there is going to be streaming in the main room and the panel discussion around peer respites. So that will be streaming, and I'll share the link here in just a second.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Is the Spirit program something that this group would be interested in hearing about as a presentation in the future?
I think so. Yes, absolutely. Because there's a vocational side of it. There's a job placement side of it that I feel could very well be put together. Yes. Either you do a presentation on there, or you do a presentation on this end. But yeah, I do think that it would be a great connection.
Anybody else want to jump in? Hey, Betty, I'm gonna call you out for a second. I think I saw an email that Spark Point has an upcoming orientation.
We do regular orientations every week. We do them virtually on Wednesday mornings, Thursday evenings. We also do one in Spanish once a month on a Thursday. And we're also available to do individual orientations if those times don't work out. We do have a calendar too that I can share. If you would like to be added to our listserv for our monthly calendar, if you just send me a message and I'll be sure to add you.
Fantastic.
Thanks,
Thank
Morgan.
you so much. Yeah, no, I was thinking of the presentation that you did, and I've shared it with a lot of my case managers, and they're very excited about referring clients over to Spark Point, and it's just a really good service.
For all of our services. And then we're also back doing free tax preparation. We can do them for the past 5 years for people, and which may also make people eligible for some stimulus monies or tax credits. And we're also the only place in the county that's open year round for free tax prep, and also the only place where people can apply for an ITIN, an individual taxpayer identification number, for folks who want to pay taxes but don't have social security numbers. So
that's a great service. Okay, we have some time left. We're a little bit early. Does anybody else want to share any information, or does anybody have any general questions that they'd like
Morgan,
to
this
broach?
is Jamie Jeanette.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, I'm going to jump in with two things. So one is I just put another link in the chat. We have a couple of different mailing lists related to homeless services. So we have a monthly newsletter that's pretty broad. We also, as I said, you can sign up for this meeting if you want to make sure you get those notifications. But we also have a lot of other kinds of meetings and information coming out around homelessness. So feel free to click on that. Also wanted to offer myself just as a resource, if you have groups or meetings where people want to kind of understand the homeless system of care and how people connect in and what's available and kind of how it all works. I'm happy to do that. I can, talk for 15 minutes. I can talk for an hour. So whatever's most useful, if that would be helpful for folks. Thanks, Betty. And I also wanted to mention, we have, I know the question came up earlier around connecting clients to benefits. So we are doing a training at the end of July about how to connect clients to mainstream benefits. So it'll be things like Medi-Cal and CalWorks and all that stuff. So I'll drop the link in here again. Any of you are welcome to attend. It's by Zoom. And I think I probably have more to say, but that's all I can think of right now. And I'm always happy to answer questions. I'll put my email in the chat.
And I have a little something to add to the group. We were talking in our breakout room, or our non-breakout room, because we didn't go anywhere, but Department of Child Support Services has really undergone quite a change in just our mindset and the way we're dealing with our jobs and the people we work with. Community partners are a huge part of it, because I know for many of you, our program may be seen as a barrier to the people you're working with, whether they're afraid to go back to work because they owe child support, or that we have possibly a hold on their driver's license, or different other enforcement methods that are affecting their life. And we really are changing our perspective. And I've talked with several of you on other calls and that sort of thing. But I think the key here is it's important that we work together so that we can get out of the way and not prohibit your folks from moving on and the things that they're working on, but also that they get their child support kind of under control. So it's something that they can live with and work with to support their kids. Again, our reputation was very poor in the past, and we are a whole different agency now in the way we work with people and the way we work with the law, and make things work for folks. And so one of the things I wanted to toss out there is, getting our information out, people understanding our program, people figuring out how we work together to best service your clients. Please feel free. I'll put my information in the chat. We are working diligently at getting the word out. And I would love to be granted a quick opportunity to maybe chat with some of your staff members. I am able to come to any event, any outreach activities. We're doing quite a bit. Because again, if you're working on getting people's jobs and we have a driver's license, we can do an immediate hold lift at that point, and we can release their license at that point so that they can become employed and get back on their feet. So I'll throw my information in the chat. Please feel free to reach out to me, whether I can come and chat 10 minutes at a staff meeting, or as Jamie said, I can do the same. I can talk for 10, I can talk for 10 hours if that's what you want. But definitely, I think that as opposed to us being a barrier, make us a partner and let us try to help get people back on their feet, and productive in the world and feeling good about them and their families. So like I said, I'll toss that in there. And if anybody has any questions, please reach out or let me know if I can help in any way.
Yeah, and would people be interested in having Jamie talk about the Department of Child Support Services? I mean, she gave like a mini presentation there, but there's a lot more. Department of Child Support Services reached out to us at the Career Center to help support the non-custodial parents and, all the parents. And so there's a lot there. There's a lot of depth. Would that be of interest to people or not so much? You can reach out to her individually.
Thank you so much, Jamie. I actually think I'm going to pass your offer of doing a staff presentation on to the higher ups at Hope Solutions, because I think that might benefit of a lot of our clients that are experiencing that. We serve a lot of different populations.
That's great. Thank you, Morgan. I mean, we have parents across all populations, right? And as we know, divorce rate is high. So not many people navigate co-parenting very well. It's not easy. Some of us may have that experience. I'm one. And it definitely, I mean, our office can be of great support to the process under our new mindset. And it's not always someone who just can't pay. It's just people that don't want to fight about money. They want to focus on their kids, not on the child support. And so that's really where we're coming from, is let us focus on it. We'll keep the accounting. If you have a problem and you need to modify it, call us. We'll help you work through it out of court if possible. And it's just the new way of looking at it. But we want them focusing on their families and keeping the family healthy.
And I think that's a big part of it, is feeling comfortable reaching out to organizations. Some people have had bad experiences or are afraid to make themselves seen. And that's a big step to being heard and to having things resolved. Thank you so much.
And understanding that you have to reach out to help yourself, because if you ignore it, it doesn't go away, it just builds. And that's really one of the big challenges. And that's why engaging all of you, that when you encounter somebody, look, you guys are offering amazing services and you're helping them and you're giving all kinds of things to them. We're seen as takers. We're seen as we take things from people. And I think the key is that if they trust you and they trust your opinions and you trust me, that allows me to help them. And like I said, it's a whole different mindset than what they're hearing from their grandfathers and their fathers and their older brothers. We're in a whole different place right now. And so we just need to help flip that brand so we can provide the services we want to provide. And all the information about all of you guys too, I'm in the process right now of building a resource page so we can offer more wraparound services. So same thing, if there are documents you want me to have to provide to my staff that tells about what you provide, I would love to put that up on our SharePoint site, and then they can refer clients that are in need to you as well.
Great. Thank you so much. Jamie and Maureen, do you guys have anything you want to add? We might be able to wrap up a few minutes early and get some snacks.
No,
The
nothing
sunshine.
further. Thank you for everyone who helped facilitate, and thank you everyone for attending and engaging and sharing information and ideas and all that. We really appreciate it.
Oh, I did want to mention, somebody privately asked about sort of the recording from this meeting and materials and how that gets shared out. So we will share it out to people that have attended, but also Maureen, do you now have a spot on your website? I'm trying to remember.
So we do not yet.
Working on it.
Yeah. It never leaves my mind. Let me put it that way.
So we're working on what we can do is we'll follow up with this meeting with any of materials, like if we can get any materials from our speaker that we can share out, and then we'll also send out a link, and we usually do minutes from the meeting as well. So we'll send that out to everybody that attended, and you can forward out to folks that want to.
Yeah, now that my WAF grant is over, I might have a chance to actually do that. I just need to write some landing page content, and then I have someone ready to do it. So
great. Go outside, get away from your computer. You have 15 minutes left of your life.
Everybody have a great time. We'll see you guys again in August.
Bye.
Yes.